DJ Leroy.
Night Watchman. So Night Watchman, that was very energetic. You never did it like that before.
Sometimes you got to change it up a little bit.
Is that because we've had an election? Is that it?
I definitely say I am inspired by the election. I have a little bit more pep in my step after like 9-10 months of horrible and bad and very bad news. It's nice to get a kind of a breath of fresh air.
And it seems as if young people actually drove this thing, huh?
Well, first of all, shout out to you and I have some young people in our lives who I never heard the name Zoran Mandani until they mentioned him, and I was skeptical. I admit it. I was like, "Well, what? Are you crazy? No one's ever heard of him. He's got a difficult name. He's never going to get elected." This was in the spring, by the way. I changed my tune before the primary, so I'm not a bandwagon guy. I've been Team Mandami for a while.
So Night Watchman, you're not calling me a bandwagon, even though I do like the Golden State Warriors because of 3-point shooting, right?
I am definitely not calling you a bandwagon, but
Thank
some
you,
of those
sir.
young people might. So,
well, shout out to the Young Turks, all right, and even we'll give it Curtis Jacobs a major prop as well.
Absolutely.
All right. So,
but we're here to talk about arts and culture, theater, radio. What are we talking about today?
Well, Night Watchman, we're not talking about necessarily a radio play, or are we?
Or are we? I hope so.
Well, last time I remember Orson Welles and War of the Worlds. I remember that.
Yeah. That happened before your time. Stop remembering you remember. You remember you heard about it. You sound like you were sitting next to the radio. Oh my God, they're invading New Jersey.
Oh my God, I see black people. Oh my God.
Because you would have been in the Bronx and you'd been like, okay, it's New Jersey. I'm okay.
You're so bad. Well, so why don't we start off this with, let's say, ladies first. What about that, man?
Sounds good to me.
With Antoinette Montague, bring her out. Yes.
Welcome.
Yes, indeed.
Bright moments, as we say in jazz. Good morning, and grateful to be here with you, torchbearers of the arts and radio.
Wow. Night Watchman, there's a reason why she was invited. You know that, right?
Oh, yes. Number one, she's got the great voice. I love the bright moments. It's I haven't heard anyone come in like that, and I think it's unique and it's special. And you are a great guest for us to start off with.
Yes,
wonderful. Well, Rasan Roland Kirk, who was the husband of Darth Ann Kirk, literally did that recording called Bright Moments. And, Bright Moments is when you got that last little spoon of ice cream and you fight your favorite love for it. Right. And she gets it, but then you take it back with a kiss.
Oh, wow.
That was as hot as a multi-instrumentalist and creative genius could get. And so we continue to have our torches lit by all those who have come before us, even Orson Welles with War of the Worlds. And, we continue to light the tiki torches around us. So if you've got young people that you're influencing, your living is not in vain. When you teach, you live forever.
And you know what, Antoinette, I'm going to come back to you. You did get me a little bit hyped when you said tiki torches. I was a little scared when you said that, but I'm okay.
Well, a tiki torch in the backyard is not the ones with the hooded whatever,
Yeah, there you go.
We ain't trying to deal with them.
Thank you. Well, this next guest, as a matter of fact, understand that a Brit was trying to take his freaking name. It was trying to take his name. But he said, no, I'm not giving up my name.
He said, no colonizer.
Oh, my God, where is Mr. Head? We're missing his head. Oh, shoot. Night Watchman, did you do something here?
I did nothing, but let's come back to him.
Okay, then you know what? What about, of course, one of our old bandmates? He say DJ Rob in the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's up, you guys doing today?
Good.
Great. How are you?
Good. Good to see you guys, man. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. And then of course, Night Watchman, we do of course remember the seminal work back in the day, because you had the soundtrack. We were one of the first persons with vinyl of what? Car Wash, man. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Classic. Yeah.
Okay.
Bring it out. Go ahead.
That's good.
Hey, how everybody doing?
Good, Leon, my man. How you doing?
Yes, sir. Listen, I feel fine now. We just moved to a new space, and the internet wasn't set up. I took my laptop out this morning, figuring I knew where everything was. Couldn't find my plug. And I remember you guys saying, be ready about, 10 to 15 minutes before. Well, you should have seen me just running around, and so I finally made it. And so when you guys were talking about, people being on time, I thought you was talking about me.
No. You're excellent. Leon, you were here. We can vouch for that. And Night Watchman, I believe we actually have a head to the body. Yes, Tony, head. All right. Yes, we were talking. Night Watchman was commenting that a colonizer was trying to take your name. That's what he was saying. so
failed.
Miserably. That's right. Let him know. So you know what? Let's go back and let's start out with you, Antoinette. I want to hear your journey in the arts, if you may. Tell us.
Well, I came from the womb of a singer who sounded like a blend of Mahalia Jackson and Ella Fitzgerald. And while she never got a chance to be a professional, she did attend. She was one of the early classes of Black folks allowed into Arts High School here in the great city of Newark, New Jersey.
Wow.
And so I got a chance as the last of 8 children to spend time watching her sing, perform, Lindy Hop, do the Hucklebuck, the Applejack. As I sat on the floor, just amazed by her energy and her sound. And so most people don't understand that singers are natural born singers. Even the ones that you don't think are good singers have it inside of their DNA that's what they do. And I did it in high school, college, and then had to work as my mother had got breast and brain cancer and left as I was 19 years old. She said, you're going to have to learn how to do some things to feed yourself. So you're going to go to vocational school and type and take dictation. And she was right, because it led me into typesetting. It led me into a publishing firm that I worked with that I became the vice president of human resources. But what I did was I would have like monthly shows of different artists that would come to our company and perform, and I would perform with them. So it was like hiring a practice band to, there's more than one ways to skin a cat. You have to figure out what your real passion is. And if you're impassioned about writing, writers write. You're not going to be around people at the party all the time because you're someplace hammering out ideas. If you are a musician, you're going to be trying to find your people so that you can play your instrument. And so I made that as a holy grail that I was chasing at all times. And I wanted to learn a blues. And so I came across Carrie Smith of Black and Blue on Broadway. I don't know if you remember Black and Blue with Ruth Brown, Linda Hopkins, and Carrie Smith. And I got a chance to travel with her. I got a chance to look into her contracts. She said, now this contract here, this is a Negro contract. I should have never signed this one. Look at this contract versus the other contract. And she said, what's the difference? She said, do you see the word in perpetuity? When you see that word, run like hell.
Oh, that means forever. That's right. Forever.
And so so I started to sing in different little clubs and jam sessions, and over here at a place that was the Peppermint Lounge, where
I remember
many
that place.
artists got started, absolutely Whitney and many people. And I then realized, if you're going to get anywhere, you're going to have to lead your own band. Because you're not looking out here to try to have anybody. So every minute, I never took vacations for over 20 some odd years.
Wow.
I spent my resources paying bands, studio time, etc. And then when you realize, well, people feel like you don't really need them, so they're not looking for you. Then you really have to really grind and dream and manifest but also become a better artist. So take piano lessons. I don't care how old you are. Take vocal lessons. Teach, pass the information forward. You keep it if you give it away.
Yes.
And I've been able to travel to South Korea, France, Russia several times. And that those audiences blow your mind when you get there. But I'm also a jazz mobile artist, and I've done Marcus
And
Garvey
that's
concerts.
actually where we met, because it was part of Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce. Lloyd Williams,
Right,
Rosa Rivers. So
right,
yes, that's our first exposure. Thank you for that, for sure.
right.
And
Absolutely.
of course DJ Rob, because you're also a radio personality like Antoinette, and of course even the Night Watchman. Tell us about your journey, brother.
Hey, I laugh when I have to talk about this because everyone tells me I need to write a book. But yeah, my show is on Saturday nights. I'm on the Saturday lineup with everyone else in the mix with DJ Robbo. I've been DJing really all my life. I started as a kid just listening to music and collecting records.
Wow.
And it's taken me on a journey. When I was on active duty in the military, I DJ'd around the world.
Thanks for the service, brother. Thank you. Yes.
Appreciate you. Got back to the States and hit the ground running, DJing in the New York area. I'm from Long Island. So I just hit the ground running DJing. And it led me to stay on stages with Christian rappers and variety of different type of performers and stuff like that. And I just learned a lot along the journey. But it's always been about spreading a good message, good music, and entertaining people in a positive way, not necessarily degrading. We've gotten in this space now where we degrade entertainment. And my platform has always been built on entertaining people without degradation. You know what I mean? Especially beautiful. In our culture. So that's what the bounce is about for me. And we're, sometimes the work isn't there for me because, hey, it's not what people want, but I still keep going.
Beautiful. And
what was the first record you ever bought?
Oh, I was a disco record, a 45. Artist named Gino Socio.
Yes, dancer. Yeah.
Yes, dancer. All right.
Real DJs in the room here.
Yes. That's the first record that I bought.
Okay.
But the first record that I ever put my hands on was a Calypso record from like the era of the 50s and 60s. The Upsetters, Randy Chin records, things like that, and James Brown records and stuff like that. So, which I still have.
Oh yeah, nice. See, Night Watchman, you love that.
Bit of history.
Well, Night Watchman, he was a DJ. He wasn't so much of a mixer, but can we say
stop it?
A blender?
Stop it because you're perpetrating lies. I was a mixer. I still am a mixer. So, and you were a blender.
I know. Yes, we're going hard this early, but you know what? On a lighter note. Yes, Leon. Tell us your story. Go ahead, brother. Please.
Well, I started out by writing, as probably 12 on up, and a lot of great stories. I was a good storyteller, and my mother sent me to camp one summer, and I put all my writings in her china closet drawer in the kitchen. And I went to camp for about a month. This was in the 60s. When I came back, I looked for my notebooks with my writings in it, and they were missing. Ooh. I went to Mama. Did you see my writing? She said, "Oh, I threw those out." She just saw it was just a stack of junk in the drawer. Oh, that broke my heart. So, in the 60s, you remember people were drinking. Well, I don't know if you remember. They were drinking Gypsy Rolls. The youths, and they were looking for some money to get some brew. And but I wasn't a drinker, and they were trying to figure out how to make some money. So I said, why don't we all write a film? Do it. It was 8mm at the time. Everybody said yes, but nobody did it but me. I saw a brother outside after I finished. It took me a year to finish it. And brother George Bass. And I took my writings down to him because he was setting up the amphitheater outside of our project window for Chuck Jackson to sing that night.
Oh,
and
wow,
when he
wow,
read some
wow.
of it, he says, "Hey, I got this gentleman named Woody King that I want to show it to." You know, this was in 1966. So I gave him my only copy and went back upstairs. I said, "Oh, wow, I gave that man my only copy. What if I never see him again?" Well, I saw him again a couple of days later. He told me that Woody King wanted to see me. Woody was running a youth cultural group at the time with Mobilization for Youth. And it was an acting program, dance program. Rod Rogers, if you heard of him, taught African dance there. And Garrett Morris was on the third floor, and Garrett taught singing. And so I met Woody, and I was surprised when I came into his office because he was the same dude that, matter of fact, the only black dude you saw on TV doing the Mazzola margarine commercial.
Oh, wow. Yes.
The clown used to appear on his head in the Dentine commercial because he had a beautiful smile. And he flashed that smile, sat me down and told me that he's going to have his secretary type my script up as a professional screenplay. I didn't know anything about that. And he told me that he was going to put me in an acting workshop where I would get paid $46 every 2 weeks.
Wow.
And he did. And that whole year, I did all kinds of acting, plays written by Ed Bullins, J.E. Franklin, and both those folks would come in and watch us work. And I noticed that under Woody, you didn't have to meet stars because everybody knew him. So, he invited you to the party and like everybody's at the party, and I'm at a party. The Last Poets was there.
Wow.
An apartment party. Next thing I know, Nancy Wilson walks in. But I didn't, I didn't understand. They stood around drinking wine, talking. I was used to going to those quarter parties. Pay a quarter, get in. The lights are red, right? Blue.
Oh yes, oh yes.
The parents ain't home. That kind of stuff. And but one of my favorite people was Rod Sterling.
Oh,
I used to write
Twilight Zone stuff, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff, and I figured that if Rod Sterling ever saw my work, he would probably want to put it on Twilight Zone. Fast forward, a year passed. Woody and Cliff Frazier managed to get money to do my film from the Ford Foundation and Brooks Foundation. We did it. It came out in 1967, 45-minute black and white. Arnold Preminger came to see it, to see me on the set, and Angela Lansbury also. And I was like the little Spike Lee at the time, except that I didn't make this kind of money in terms of the media. We screened it twice at Arnold Preminger's house. And then it was picked to go to a film contest competing against two other films by youth. And we flew to California, and mine came in first. It was called You Dig It. And this white guy called me on stage, and everybody's, clapping. And I wasn't used to talking in front of an audience. And so I get back on the plane the next day to come back to New York, and Woody says, "How did it feel meeting Rod Sterling?" I said, "Rod Sterling."
He knew this.
Rod Sterling. Rod Sterling was the one that gave me the award on stage. I didn't even know.
Wow.
So I got the opportunity to meet the guy that I wanted to meet. And I met him for the reason why I wanted to meet him, dealing with my writing, but I didn't know it was him. So I was, you could, understand. I was like just totally through, But Woody is my mentor, and Cliff Frazier was my mentor also.
Oh yeah, Cliff, good guy. Because I remember one day he Vosa and also Adamola.
Exactly.
Yeah, beautiful in the Dwight Warehouse. Beautiful.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm married to a beautiful sister, and Cliff. I got married in 2011, but we were together since 2002. And Cliff loved her, and he said to me, "Leon, you better marry that girl." And he said it to me like a father. Every time he saw me, sometimes I said, "Oh boy, there he go." But I was gonna do it anyway, But now we're married, and it was just, Vosa came to the wedding.
Wow.
Woody, he didn't come, but he sent me some money, and Cliff, he gave us a Jack LaLanne mixer. But for years. But then I went and started teaching some theater at NYU. They had an annex on 7th Avenue and 7th Street and 2nd Avenue. Arnold Johnson, you guys remember him?
Yeah.
He played Putney Swope. Arnold, he had hired me as a director when he was manager at Theater for the New City, University of the Street on 7th Street and Avenue B. And he started being artistic director for this NYU project, just ran for a summer. And so I decided to take one of his classes, and I went, and all the students were there. And I was there for the first day. And the second day, when I came in as a student, he called me in the hallway. He says, Leon, the teacher, you know, he just got a role in All My Children. And like, I don't have anybody to teach the class. You want to teach it?
Wow.
Now, yesterday, I was a student. He asked me to teach class, and he says, $200 every 2 weeks. Now, we're talking about 1968 now.
Yo,
so
you macking now.
Listen, I'm getting ready to be rich. So I was already getting the $46 every 2 weeks from Woody, Mobilization for Youth. And now he talking about $200 every 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. So I took the class, and he took me back into the class where yesterday I was a student and introduced me to my classmates, said, this is your teacher.
Wow.
They looked at him like he was crazy. How this dude gonna teach us? He was a student yesterday with us.
Exactly.
So, but they didn't know that when you were under Woody, you learned from some of the best, because our teachers all came from NEC, Negro Ensemble Company.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Edward Cambridge and those brothers and sisters, Oliver Wong. And as a matter of fact, as a kid, I would sit by the door of NEC and just watch them, and they operated like it was a college, you know, karate, speech, voice, dance, that whole thing, acting. And they wouldn't throw me out because they knew that I was with Woody. And if you was with Woody, under Woody's arm, I just got that kind of respect. So they let me just sit by the door and just learn what everybody else was learning.
Woody was your godfather. No doubt. No doubt. So I went to Carnegie Mellon University. Ted Danson was one of my classmates. And his first wife, Randy Gosh, during the semester break, they went and got married, came back, married, and Ted was a beautiful person, beautiful human being. So that time when they accused him of trying to be racist because he did the blackface thing. Yeah. I was a revolutionary at the time, but I knew he wasn't racist, right. So I was ready to stand up for him. So that's part of my history. Right. And because of the Rod Sterling thing, I believed that I could just about do anything that I wanted to, that I could manifest it. So I went and did stuff in Germany. I did Army Industrial Films for Germany. I did stuff on the battlefield. I played a prisoner at Fort Leavenworth Prison. And at those places, you don't have to pretend, you don't have to become the character. You are the character. You in a real prison. Like you on a real battlefield and seeing real bombs being blown up around you. So that's part of my story. Thank you, Leon, for sure. And you know what, Mr. Head, the last time we called you out, you were headless. Now you're back. So, Mr. Tony Head, tell us your journey, brother.
You're on mute.
Oh, you're on mute. Yep. There you go.
How do you can hear me now, right?
Yes. You can.
All right. I came up to New York probably mid 80s. And when I first got involved, I started studying with Earl Hyman down at HB Studio. You probably remember Earl. I think he was on the Cosby Show for some time. But I studied down there, and I had a lot of luck in commercials. So I worked with, some of the hot commercial actors at the time were Khalil Wheaton, Corey Ruff, Willie Carpenter, who's still around. And, did well doing that. But I was married, and we got pregnant, and my daughter had a lot of issues. She had a lot of disabilities when she was born. So I got out of the business shortly after that. I couldn't sustain it because I had to have a real job. And I was gone out of the business for over 25 years. I came back
Wow.
in 2000. I came back in 2014 after a divorce and started all over again from scratch. I hadn't done anything, all the tape. I did a little bit. I was on The Wire for 3 seasons. No, actually 4 seasons. I played the head of
And Tony, let me just say, anybody listening, the best series in the history of television. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Go back. Go.
Yeah. So it's a good. Yeah. It was. We didn't. It's funny when you're shooting it. You don't think about all that. But everybody, almost everybody in that series. Look at Michael B. Jordan.
Yes,
he played the little kid who took care of the little kids. There were so many people, and everybody was cool. Had a good time doing that. But other than that, I didn't really do very much. So I came back in 2014, started completely over, and just tried to get tape for acting because that's what I needed. All the tape I had was too old, and I've been scuffling around since 2014 till now, and I've had some good things happen. I mean, right now I'm working on a feature documentary. We've been shooting all summer. We were in London and Bermuda. We're doing a film about the first Black superstar in Premier football in England.
Ooh,
His name is, you're going to hear about this because it's going to premiere with the World Cup next year. Clyde Best.
Wow.
And we have a kickoff world tour in 2 weeks in Bermuda. That's going to be, I think CBS and ESPN is going to be down there. So that's kind of a big thing. And I've been on Tyler Perry's show, Zatima, on BET. I've been on that. This will be my 3rd season on that. But I've done a lot of other stuff and picked my career back up. I wrote and produced a short film called The Case, which I'm trying to develop for television. So it's been a lot of things going on in the last 10 years. But the one thing that the journey has been, it's been a tough journey, but at the same time, a very rewarding journey because I've met a lot of great people, Antonia Badon being one. I met her up at the SAG office, and we've been friends from the first day we met. I mean, she's just a wonderful person. And
Yes.
I used to go to Antonia's house and watch the football game. I lived in a one-room. I was sharing an apartment on St. Nick and 138th Street. Antonia lives right around the corner.
Right.
So we would just hang out, and we've just been great friends. But the whole experience has been very rewarding for me. I've met a lot of really good people, and I've had my share of breaks and disappointments. So I'm just happy to be here. Like I think was it you, Curtis, that said about rather be seen than viewed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to be around. I live in a great location here where I'm at, right across from the park. So I just feel very blessed and to know other creative people like yourselves to meet for the first time. It's really great. So.
Beautiful. Night Watchman, man. What else can you say? I mean, so Culturati Gadflies. Okay. So what I want to know, okay, and what I want you guys to do is hit this. What attracted you to this project? Now, remember, I know the history of, let's say, radio listening in Harlem. I remember when Joe Louis.
Well, let's start by somebody just kind of identifying what the project is because we haven't talked about the project.
Okay, who would like to start off with that? Night Watch, would you want to call on somebody, Mr. Teacher? Come on. Antoinette.
I don't know enough about it. I just know Antonia Badon asked me to read a script. I am a singer. I am not necessarily, I won't say I'm not. I am, I'm always interested in connecting with creatives, and if there's a project they are interested in having me help with, I get myself in trouble all the time, and on the other end of it, I'm always amazed how well things go. And
Yeah,
I am
nice.
grateful for answering the call. So I'm
Okay.
a call answerer. I will show up on time. I will be prepared. I will act my keister off. I think I'm playing the role of a Jewish wife or woman,
Wow. Okay.
you know, that ain't my scene. However, it's called acting, and
Yes.
so there we are. When I am on stage in my shows, the Antoinette Montague Experience, it's theater, it is
Yes.
storytelling,
Nice.
it is energy, it is passion and love. And so all of those things that stretch you, do some things you haven't done before or not a lot of, and enjoy the process and see how blessed you get for just answering the call of a new friend who asked me to help her with her project. She was looking for people. And so
Wow.
and so here I am.
Love
So
it. Love it. That's it. And so, you know what? Robbo, do tell us, man, what attracted you, man?
You know, I was attracted because I've always been a fan of real radio. We do a lot of radio currently, just pre-record, and it's not really live.
Right.
So when she reached out to me, she said, "I want you to do the soundtrack to it and make sure that it comes alive when these actors are voice acting." To me, that was right up my alley. I do sound, recorded sound. I do live sound. And I was excited. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I think it will be fantastic. We'll get the soundtrack popping for you and make sure that the presentation is really, really cool. So
Wow.
that's what attracted to me, the chance to do real live radio.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you know what, Leon, certainly we do know, as we mentioned, of course, Orson Welles, right? We know the suspense is created. I mentioned my whole thing in terms of Joe Louis, Max Schmeling, of people crowded around the radio listening to that. What attracted you to this particular project, man?
Well, like Antoinette, I didn't know too much about it because, as I said, I was in the process of moving by myself, you know. So, but with Antonia mentioned to me, you know, it has something to do with, you know, historical facts, dealing with, you know, Schomburg and edifices that are like the Teresa Hotel, those kind of things. Those women, one of them played by Antoinette, are women who are with a particular group of women who want to preserve, you know, history in Harlem, but not only in Harlem, but downtown, like the Big Bull as well. But the thing that got me interested, basically, is that I love working with professionals. She asked me if I was scared. She says, "Are you nervous?" That's what she asked me about working with all these great people. And I've worked with great people all my life, you know. So no, I'm not nervous. I'm just, you know, interested in finding out, you know, what we're going to create, because the goal is to create a masterpiece. And basically, I did a lot of directing at National Black Theater. I was artistic director for Delco in 2005. And when Vivian Robinson, for those who don't know, she created the Delco Awards. And I told her one year that I love the Delco, but Delco should, because they give awards for the best, you know, acting, best lighting, best this, best that. Let's show us what the best look like in the Delco presentation. And so after she passed, Grace Jones, who eventually became director of Delco, gave me that opportunity in 2005. And I hired 5 camera people and showed them what it's supposed to look like. I wanted Delco to look like the Tony Awards or the Grammy Awards or the Oscars type of thing. And so I don't know if any of you guys came to the Delco in 2005, but it was beautiful. You know, Ralph Carter and Kim Fields were my host and hostess. And so it's about creating masterpieces. And I could see just by Antoinette and just her presentation and some of the other people that Antonia mentioned, you know, and the brother that's on this podcast with us, we're going to have a great time. You know? I want to work with the best.
That's the goal.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you know what? Tony, because you know her, you like her, I know that you could not say no. So tell us what
my
got
answer,
you here.
my answer is very similar to what Antoinette said. You know, she was asked to step up and can't refuse somebody like Antonia. But you know, I have a perspective on this because I went to high schools in Europe when I was little, and we didn't have English television or English. Well, the only thing we had was radio.
Wow.
So the only dramatic shows we could hear are, and I don't know if Johnny Dollar, the insurance investigator, I mean, stuff like that. There were all these different radio shows, and they were produced by Armed Forces Radio, and there was no television. So I'm the sound effects, all of that. I've always loved all of that stuff with radio play, and so when she asked me to do it, it was that element of it that was a real reference to me, because radio all the way back then they had to be really creative. I mean, just think about it. You remember that the horse sounds were done with
right.
Yes.
Galloping.
I love that stuff, right?
Like that.
Yes.
But it's so and the fact that it's live, who does live anymore, right? It's too dangerous.
Right.
But I'm, you know, I say we're going to all go for it and have fun doing it. And it's a unique, very interesting medium to try to do. I'm so happy to be on something with people my age, you know.
Wow. Wow. Tony, you went there.
No, I went there. Let me tell you, when I go down to Atlanta to do Tyler Perry, I'm always the oldest. I'm always the one most out of shape. He only hires guys who have no muscle fat and look like the guys all look like models. You know, the girls, I'll leave that to your imagination.
Yes.
But yeah, so you know, when you get to be a little bit older, that's what you run into when I go to sets.
Longevity is the reward of life.
Yes, thank you.
Is the reward of life. I've sung at funerals for young people and old people. It's very sad when they're young, because we realize you ain't even get a chance to get here to find out how to ride the bike yet. So,
and you know, I just a personal note, you know, I've had kind of an epiphany the last year. I sacrificed a lot in coming up, you know, I gave up a lot, but these last years of my phase of life, I'm going to live life like I've never lived it before. You know, I just came back from the Maldives a couple of weeks ago. I've been to Bangkok, I don't know, 3 or 4 times this year. Thailand, Vietnam. That's how I'm going to live my life from now on. I'm just going to enjoy life, and my craft of acting, I'm going to continue to do that. But there's nothing that sacrifices your life experiences and doing new things and trying new things. And, you know, I'm excited about that. That's what I'm going to do.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Night Watchman, apparently now we kind of understand why Tyler hasn't called us back.
Oh yeah, because we don't look good enough, and we don't have enough of the acting talent. See, the thing that Tony knows is like he's definitely there for his talent. So
no. Let me say this. It took me 2 years of submitting.
Got you. Wow.
Tyler on one of those.
Got you.
Well, yeah, when I got down to set, I remember the producers and the guy. He told me, he said, "You know, we've been looking at your tapes for, I don't know, a year and a half, something." He said, "We knew you were good. We just didn't see anything that we thought was really good for you." And when we saw it, when I sent the self tape in, I got the contract the next day. So it was right for me, you know.
Okay.
So what I'm telling you is, don't be deterred how long it's taken or whatever. Just keep submitting. They're looking at your tapes. They are.
Wow.
Persistence and consistency.
Yes. So Night Watchman, you've heard the story, you heard the journey. So you're going to continue to keep it on. But I want to know, what questions might you have for these seasoned veterans?
Well, first of all, I've just been having a great time just listening to their stories. Again, persistence and consistency. I also have noticed that everybody has more than one skill. People act, people
Mm.
write, radio. So, um, just how do you guys even choose what you're working on these days? Does it just wait till it comes up, or do you guys are you working a plan, or is it what gets presented, or we just sitting by the phone waiting for Antonia to call? Because that seems to be the common denominator. When it's like we got a bat phone with Antonia. She's in the bat cave, and when she calls, we gotta come answer.
uh, Antoinette, what do
Some
you
of
do?
this and some of that. I
Uh-huh.
did start working on a book recently, and
Mm. Okay.
so I'm really tickled by it. And so folks can say they don't like AI, but you write most of the stuff. And I used to pay an editor quite a bit to
Wow.
send it back, and never liked the stuff. But I like the stuff that this little chat GBT sends back to me. I'm
Oh,
like,
that's
okay.
great. That's great
The
because
other
it's
thing
still
is,
you,
Yes.
and when it's not, you tell it, look, don't do that, do this.
right?
So I can tell it that without hurting its feeling, and there's no argument. They're like, sure, Antoinette, no problem. I don't know who you
Mhm.
are in the background of that, but I got a chance to be on a Grammy nominated recording with Bobby Sanabria.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh. Night Watchman, can you hear her? I can't hear
I
her.
do not,
Uh, Antoinette,
Antoinette. We're not.
we're not hearing you. Your audio. I wonder if she can hear us. You know what? Then Robbo, we're coming to you, buddy.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, so hearing what she just said in terms of, let's say, AI, we certainly also know in the music space and sound space, AI is also big. That's why, as a matter of fact, my wife, who's a voiceover actress, is how to say, concerned. You know that once your voice is out there, they can use it, as they say. What was that word? Perpetuity. So now the
Yeah.
sounds that you create are special and unique. But have you used AI as a tool in what you create?
No, because
No, the music.
not
Okay.
as far as music is concerned. No, just as far as trying to write this book, but also lesson plans, because I teach in a for Newark School of the Arts that just closed down this week. So we're
Mm.
fighting. We are
Uh-huh.
fighting to preserve the arts. It's like a cultural library here burned down, and
Gotcha.
as soon as something became operated by us, now you let it fall. No, that cannot be. But the lesson plans that I do for Jazz Mobile, for Jazz
Mm-hmm.
Power Initiative, for some of the
Oh
public
yeah.
schools,
Mm-hmm.
it helps because as soon as you say, give me a lesson plan, I would like freeze. I'm a creative. I really just want to sing at all the major festivals, but I'm open to what creative things come up because I know that they stretch me and add to the ingredients that are already there and they bolster the soul up. So, no, I don't wait for the phone to ring. I'm always involved. And when you are a busy person, busy people work a lot. If you want something done, give it to a busy person because they know what to do. They know how to show up.
Mm-hmm.
They know not to screw it up because it's their name that's involved and they want it to be excellent. I want to participate in things that are superb. But that means I got to bring as much of that as I got inside of me, but
Mm-hmm.
not be consumed by perfection because perfection can sometimes be self hatred. So I love myself and I want to have fun. I don't know if I over talked over somebody else. If I did,
No worries.
Yeah.
We're going to get right back to Robbo. Do tell. We were talking about AI and let's say its influences, but using it as a tool.
that's right.
Right. And I'm in the same position. I use it as a tool. But as far as music, no, I haven't had the need or to the desire to put that in the mix when it comes down to creating music. Um, but it aids me with a lot of social media. My degree is in education, and I've been teaching students how to DJ. So when it comes to lesson plans and multitasking and things like that, AI comes in handy. The chat GPT comes extremely handy because I
Hmm.
can get my presentations together. I can get my social media posts and stuff like that together. But as far as the creativity, recording, because I'm a recording artist, I have music out. I just don't see the need for AI to create something for me.
I agree.
Musical.
I agree.
It's you know, we're already in the area where music is soulless, right? We're already there. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not gonna step over that line, you know. So I'm from an era where, you know, I was in analog and creative music space. I learned music that way, and now with technology, yeah, you're able to do a lot of things with it, but I know enough to know that it's never going to surpass what we learned from it. We're not going to get another James Brown. That's not going to happen. So I'm very careful on how my presentation is, and when I'm DJing, I'm very careful with what I'm playing, and I always try to incorporate the classics, you know, and stuff like that. So AI is, you know, it's a tool, but
Yes.
it's only you know, as good as the holder of the wrench.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you heard that, of course, Leon. So, Leon, is anybody writing your scripts now as AI doing their thing?
No, I also use ChatGPT, but as an editor. What I do, I have a lot of scripts already written, and so I would put my scripts in and just have it edited. And but it's editing stuff that I have already written.
Gotcha.
I did not ask it to create a story for me. So, but in terms of me, you know, waiting by the phone, I do my own work. Like, I have films. I'm not waiting for like producers or other filmmakers. I edit, I shoot, I write, I direct. Just about all my films that I have created myself. And you know, so I don't like to do it that way because it's a lot of work lugging equipment everywhere by yourself. But if push comes to shove and I want a project to get done and I don't have a crew, I'm the crew. Because I know how to do everything each crew member should be able to do myself. You know, so by the way, I was a disc jockey. I didn't, you know, DJ. That term, you know, that reminded me of playing music back in 68 WRCT in Pittsburgh while I was in college. And one of the first songs that I played every Sunday morning was Mahalia Jackson in the upper room. You know, and yeah, so I just wanted to say I was a part of that, you know, that team as well. But I don't believe in waiting for anybody, you know. And so I got I'm writing a book called Light in the Tower. It's a metaphysical book, and one of the things that it deals with is what happened before the Big Bang.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yes. Night Watchman, do you know? Because you're smart. You got a big brain, so you know what happened before.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. Upset. I would upset the time-space continuum. You know, let's have it. You know, God whispered in my ear, and He said, "Don't tell."
Wow. Okay.
But thanks for asking.
Can I weigh in on the AI thing? Because I just had something. I had an audition. They're doing a Broadway show called Dog Day Afternoon after the film.
Oh wow! Yes,
right,
yes.
Yeah.
Attica.
Attica.
Yeah.
So I had an audition. I had an audition for it, and but I was in Thailand at the time, and I had to do a self tape. So I tried to get this girl to help me, but her English is broken, so it was kind of difficult. So I had AI read the script with me, and I was able to use AI to have a reader, and I didn't know I could do that.
Wow!
I just uploaded the script. I just had to call back last week. So
wow! Congrats, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of on edge for it because it would be a big deal. I've never done Broadway. I've done off Broadway. I have never done Broadway. But the guy from, I don't know if you guys watch this series. I don't watch it. It's called The Bear.
Oh, heck yeah. Come on. Yes.
Yeah, well, two of the guys from The Bear will be the leads of the show.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys saw the film I read for the the bank guard who lets him in.
Oh yes.
So, but I will tell you this, boy. I tell you, as actors, we very rarely get affirmations, because we do this thing with the self tapes. Now you send them out, you never hear anything unless you get the part, and nobody ever really gives you feedback. Mm-hmm. But when I went to the audition, and it was an awesome setting, because you had Rupert Gould, who's one of the premier directors in the world, and you had Bernard Telsey was there, and Warner Brothers was there because it's produced by Warner Brothers. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, when you get in a setting like that, and you guys know, as everybody knows as artists, when you get into a place, sometimes that's all it takes. You've already won,
yes.
And that's how I felt, just being in the room on a Broadway show. And I don't really I do TV and film for the most part. I mean, it was one of the most affirming things I think that has happened to me in a while. It was, and I think you guys could probably relate to it.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
But I feel like no matter what happens, whether I get it or not, I just feel like I've already won. And that's how I felt when I went in for the callback. I just felt like I can't lose. I'm prepared. I'm the character. I can't lose. I can't make any mistakes. I'm the character.
Wow.
And
yes.
and to be in that place is really a special thing, for me at least.
That's gratitude and manifest and meeting,
Yes. Absolutely. And now I never really shared this, but Night Watchman, I think you do know. So literally, I was raised by television and movies, right? So my father, he was one of these big audiophile movie dudes. He knew all the actors and stuff like that. So my late sister was Marlena Dietrich. Okay. My other sister was, of course, Yvonne DiCarlo. Okay. And just so you know, yes, indeed, I am indeed Tony Curtis. Just so you know. Okay. That's right. That's right. And Night Watchman, I don't want you to start yelling, "I'm Spartacus." Don't say that, okay, man? Okay. I know you want to do that. I know it. But Night Watchman, I think we are right there. Can you say lightning round?
Right. So we're going to go around once more and ask you guys to give us some parting words, give us some information about where you can be found, and just we're in the closeout of this wonderful show. Before we get that, I just have to say I love listening to all of you. The fact that you guys are, using new tools, new ideas, you haven't stopped. You're still creating, and you don't stop. And that's how it should be. It's not always that way.
Well, hold it, Night Watchman. The one animal in the animal kingdom, when it stops moving, it what dies? Can you say
shark?
All right, so y'all continue to be a damn shark, okay?
There we go.
Right.
All right. So who you want to start with, Night Watchman?
Absolutely.
Let's start with DJ Robbo.
Robbo, we coming to you, buddy.
All right. No, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate you guys spending time with me this morning. It was great meeting everyone. I look forward to performing with everyone. So it's gonna be great.
Nice.
My show, is Saturday nights on WHCR 90.3 FM. It starts at 8, go from 8 to 12. We've had some great people on for interviews. So tune in for that. And then we have a lot of music that we play. So it's really great, from hip hop to house music. So it's a party on a Saturday night on 90.3 FM. So please tune in with me. And all my social media is at I am DJ Robbo. So please rap with me, talk to me, and let's get it in. All right.
I'm loving it. Loving it. And just so you know, so Robbo, remember, I was an old head from disco era, right? I think I was a pretty good hustler, right? However, my wife, she doesn't know how to hustle, man. And Antoinette,
what?
I don't teach it. I dance it. I don't teach it. But anyway, I hear you. I feel you. And also with the death of, let's say, disco, can you say the real taking over the top of house?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. There you go. So on that note, Antoinette, you're up.
If I had an epithet, it would be, may the work I've done speak for me. the students, the many artists that I have helped and mentored, from young to seasoned artists. I got involved and managed Carrie Smith and traveled with her and learned the
Wow.
business. So service is our greatest friend in the arts. We must stick together and unite while they're trying to smash the arts and music and creativity down, because they don't want people to think. We are people who encourage thinking. So continue to, do that. I'm happy if you want to put this show on tomorrow morning on the Antoinette, the Jazz Woman to the Rescue experience. Talk to Tina about it. Listen, the only way you can get through is tag teaming and and having people, more audiences, hear what it is that we're doing and these great artists. I check out the George to the Rescue version of me sneaking music in to a home renovation show that then became up for an Emmy. So it didn't win, but I was the lead character in an Emmy-nominated national show. So does that make me Emmy nominated?
Oh,
Or
yes, it does. Yes, it
okay,
does.
because
Yes.
they kind of were like getting real quiet about the fact that I was Emmy nominated, or Emmy not made it, or Grammy not made it, but I still say I made it because I'm alive. And I know what it is to almost die a couple of times with this lupus stuff and autoimmune thrombocytopenia, where you bleed out internally.
Oh,
So the thing that keeps me motivated more than anything is being with creatives like we are here today. This is a soul reinvigorating experience. So thank you for having me, both of you, on
yes.
this show. And I look forward to working with these amazing human beings who love creativity and don't find it any problem or risk to put yourself out there in service of the arts. So
Beautiful.
AntoinetteMontague.com, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm always fighting with quote unquote Native Americans to let them know that Africans were here first. They don't want to believe that. I mean, my partner's like, why are you getting in fights online? Because it's not a fight. It's about, don't stop stating facts because people resist truth.
Yeah.
And we have to really fight. I don't understand what's going on in this country. Nobody is saying anything about all of these horrible things that are happening and being taken away from us. Well, the creatives have to still speak up. How dare you tamper with SNAP? How dare you tamper with food for children,
Yes.
education? How dare you mess with the elderly, Social Security? I've known more people get their Social Security benefits ripped away from them, disability benefits ripped away from them. We must stop, cease, and desist, and never ever stop speaking truth to whatever they
Power.
are,
You
because
got it.
they're not power. You know
No.
what I'm saying? They love the power of they are lovers of the power, but they're not power
No.
of love does not, it falls flat on them. So
We
I'll
got you.
stop there. I'll stop there. God bless everybody. I'm proud to be
Right
with
back
you all
at you.
today, and thank you, Antonio Badon.
And Leon, my
Yes.
brother. Yes. Okay. What's next?
Well, the latest project that I'm featured in is on Amazon Prime right now, entitled Delusional. Now, there's two Delusionals. There's one, you'll see two brothers on the cover, but this one, you'll see a female on the cover when you go to it. So that's happening right now. It's doing pretty well right now. So that's current.
Okay.
To let you know, this is that I commissioned the George Floyd statue that's sitting right now for the last 5 years in front of Newark City Hall. I wanted it first. And I commissioned it. I was having the statue created of Woody King, sitting in his chair, reading the script, What the Wine Sellers Buy, that he toured the country with, that I was in it with Starla Dubois. Jackie Harry was our wardrobe. Debbie Morgan was in it, and so on and so on. I stopped that commission for the Woody King statue for a minute to have him start on the George Floyd statue.
It is beautiful.
So, like I said, it's sitting right now in City Hall. So many people have gone to see it. It looks just like him. His family has visited. They cried because it looked just like him.
Wow.
And I finally had a bust created of Woody. It was unveiled at the Charles Wright Museum in Detroit.
Wow.
I went there and it was unveiled there. I have had a bust created of Cliff Frazier. Is at the Wyatt Theater.
Oh, beautiful.
Right now.
Yeah.
And the last one that I had done was of Reverend Al Sharpton.
Wow.
About 4 years ago, I handed him a 10-inch bronze one of himself. He loved it at an affair, a black tie affair given by Gwen Carr, mother of Eric Gardner.
Yeah.
And when I sat down from the mic, Mayor Adams got up and said that he's going to have it unveiled at the City Hall Park, but I preferred to be at Harlem, but that was good. And Alvin Bragg was sitting together, whose mother was responsible for my wife having tenure at BMCC.
Nice.
And so, I concur with Antoinette. We all have to, even if we plan on staying in America, get our passport, probably to Ghana or someplace. We have to be ready. We have to be ready. Okay. So, and I was in Dogs Day Afternoon. At least I filmed it for you're in it for 4 weeks, and enjoyed Bangkok. My wife and I, we do healing work, chronic energy healing. So I did healing in Bangkok, and then the year later we went to Phuket. Did some healing there. Blah blah blah. Blah. So so I, in terms of what's going on in America, I was running with the Black Panther Party. I wasn't a member. But, we went pick up Betty Shabazz from the airport. I picked up Winnie Mandela from the airport, and she told me some very important news, concerning what she thought about, Nelson Mandela. She thought that he gave, that he threw the country away. She told me that personally. I have some video. I was the videographer there, and so on and so on. And Professor James Small, I gave him the camera. He videoed me and her interacting, even though you couldn't hear what we were talking about.
No.
So, yeah.
We got you. Leon, thank you for that. And of course, you are up, Tony. What's up?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody. It's been really great to meet everybody, and I look forward to working. I have to give credit also to Antonia, because she was the primary coach I had for the Broadway callback. And without her help, I would have never been as prepared as I was. So I have to give her that credit. And social media, you can just put Tony Head in and you'll find me somewhere. And the only thing I would say, especially for young people thinking about getting into the business we're in, I didn't have a plan B, and I don't believe that you can have a plan B. You have a plan A, and that's what you focus on. Don't focus on what will happen or where will I go if it doesn't work out. You got to know it's going to work out.
Yes.
And if you're going to get in this business, the competition is so tough, especially when you get older. You would think, maybe some people have fallen out. But every time I go up for a major role or a big role, I'm always up against Joe Morton.
Yes.
So really, all these really fine actors, and we're all in the ballpark. So you guys are probably getting the same thing. I mean, you got to have your stuff together. And if you're thinking about a plan B, it's not going to work. So that's my message I'll leave you with.
Beautiful. So Night Watchman, you going to take us home or what?
Yes. So first of all, you can find all of these folks on WHCR 90.3 FM on Sunday, November 23rd. Write this down, from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Culturati Gadflies, written by our very own Antonia Badon.
Yay!
We love her,
yes.
And she is so talented, and she's put together the Avengers of talent. These actors and DJ Robbo. Yeah, we know it's going to be a great experience. Far better than that War of the Worlds thing. That never.
See, you always go a bridge too far. You just do
a bridge too far. Yeah. I'm in New Jersey now. Yeah.
Wow. So what I will say,
I'm closing out, bro. Closing out. We're out of time. I'm sorry, Matt Damon.
Wow.
You're listening to Soul Lounge Prime Time with DJ Leroy and the Night Watchman on WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. You can always find us on Monday evening, 7 p.m. on the radio, and 8 o'clock live streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks for this really invigorating show with some great talent. We wish them all the best. We're not trying to have any epitaphs anytime soon. So,
Oh, wow, Night Watchman.
It is better to be seen than be viewed. But in this case, it's also better to be heard.
Yes, indeed. So, well, I want to know, will they all be invited back to the cookout?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But remember, y'all, no damn raisins in the